What's up, everyone? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Build Your Empire podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and I, we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
You can catch us every Monday on all platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you're listening right now, we thank you. If you're watching us, I'm Drake Beard 1, Frank G's Drake Beard 2. We are rocking the Drake Beard.
You ain't gonna get no reaction out of me from that one.
What?
Because we all know I'm Drake Beard 1 and you're Drake Beard 2.
Yeah, right. My beard is way thicker. I am Drake
Your
Beard 1, you are Drake Beard 2. Now, with that being
is
said,
kind of blonde while mine is black.
So maybe I'm like the Jake Paul of the beards.
You could be like the Nate Robinson.
All right. See, now that's disrespectful. I was gonna let I'm about to bring off-air commentary on air because you're being very disrespectful. Fucking guy over here is wearing Ken doll shirts. So
listen, it's not my fault. My shirts get tighter as I get bigger.
Just buy bigger shirts. It's not that difficult. So over the weekend, we had a Mike Tyson fight, pay-per-view. Felt like back in the 90s, right? And we actually did an episode of Mike Tyson. It was actually a really good episode. We did the Empire of Mike Tyson.
Yes, we did.
Which is kind of crazy. It was. I think it was probably one of the best Empire episodes we did. We found out Mike Tyson has earned about $800 million in fight fees, and his net worth is about $3 million. So
he blew all that, yeah.
Well, he was just puffing it down. So I understand to some extent. However, I'm financially good managing cash. So I don't know, but it was a very entertaining fight. What'd you think?
I did not think it was that entertaining.
Okay, from a night standpoint, I guess I should have said night. It was an entertaining night.
It was an entertaining night. To be honest, the best matches was like the first two of the
first one was a great match.
First match was great. I don't even remember their names. It was like Vasquez and Gonzalez or something like that. But the fight between Tyson and Jones, like Snoop says, it was like two uncles at a barbecue fighting.
So I'll take that. What I was more curious about was the undercard, since I've seen this being marketed for months now, which was Nate Robinson, former basketball player, a 3-time slam dunk champion. I mean, a fan favorite when he played for the New York Knicks, versus Jake Paul, who is 23 years old, who made it from his brother being a YouTuber, and now he just focuses on fighting. There was a lot of shit talk going on.
And music, apparently.
Well, he's just smart. I mean,
yeah.
He's just smart.
He is smart, but he certainly does annoy me.
Well, that's his
persona.
His
he's like that.
I'm trying to think of a WWE
douchebag
wrestler who like plays that. I mean, he's he's Conor. No, it's exactly what Conor's doing.
Conor McGregor is more likable, in my opinion. Plus, Conor McGregor
wasn't back in the day.
But Conor McGregor also backed up his stuff. This guy has fought two barely boxers.
So he's 23. I mean, it seemed like Nate Robinson didn't know what the hell was going on.
He was trained by some terrible boxer.
Well, so Nate Robinson's 37, facing a 23-year-old who had the bigger reach, had the height advantage, the muscle
weight.
I think Nate just thought that because he could fight on the street, that translates into the ring.
He's very silly, but I mean, he did not seem trained at all. He was running at him at full speed. That's
hilarious.
Not what you do.
Hilarious. I mean, the fact that Jake Paul threw 8 punches, connected on like 4, and knocked him down on 3.
He windmilled the fuck out of him, and just Nate Robinson was sleeping.
Hilarious. Now, what I find very intriguing is that, one, how pivotal, or I can't, man, I always forget that word. Starts with a P. God damn it.
I wish I could help you.
I wish you could too. Jake Paul is huge, right? 30 million followers across multiple platforms, huge star, has the cachet to actually call out Conor that can generate revenue like that. Playing or versing against a former athlete. So everybody, Dave Portnoy, everyone in the media thought that Nate Robinson was going to kick the shit out of this kid. And the more I dug into it, it seemed like the only logical reason that people had was that he was just a YouTuber, which didn't make sense to me. In fact, I looked at it as he's using his platform and brand to then catapult him to what he actually loves to do, which I found fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously just begun boxing. I
I mean, it's
he
been like a year and a half he's been training.
well,
He's only
yeah.
23.
Well, he certainly has to grow much, much, much more to even compete with anyone. It seems like. I mean, you can't go off of his 2 fights. I feel like, but he's obviously serious about it.
I mean, he certainly seems serious about it, but
It's not even comparable to Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather in boxing. It was way more underclassed. Nate Robinson was a guy from
I
the street.
I don't know. I mean, if Connor was to box Jake, I
He
think that
would
would,
wreck Jake Paul.
bro.
Not,
Connor's not even a boxer,
bro. He stood in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, the best.
man. I
I
see
can't believe you're even questioning giving
you.
Jake Paul this credit.
Yo, I'm just. First off, I tell you what, it looked like he lived a life right after. Jesus,
Yeah, he's partying on.
man, damn, that was yeah. It was funny reading the comments. It's like people in the U.S. I guess COVID doesn't live there. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was kind of weird too. Obviously, there was no one in the arena. It was just it was a $49.99 pay-per-view. It was just a very strange.
I felt like everywhere I looked on screen, there was weed, whether it was advertised or it was just being smoked.
There was a ton of weed
It
on the
was done.
performances.
It was done. It was weed. It was only weed. That place was domed out where I swear Mike Tyson was getting stoned fighting.
Well, that could have helped him. He smokes a ton.
Hey, I mean, he probably supplied it.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg had the fattest blunt ever when he was on stage.
I tell you, the fact that you can perform and smoke that much and like not cough or it interrupt your vocals I mean, a credit and kudos to them.
Well, he rapped like his half his song and didn't touch his blunt once. And I'm like, ain't no way that thing's still lit. He took the biggest puff of that thing halfway through the song.
Man, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think they inhale half the time because what they exhale,
It's like right
it,
away.
it's
It's
a
too
whole
soon.
it's a whole cloud. I'm
Yeah,
saying like, yo, you gotta inhale that, bro.
I mean, I guess if you're smoking 6 of them, you probably inhale as little as you want, as little as you can.
I don't know, man.
But
You know,
it was interesting because even Snoop Dogg, people are commending him they want him to announce everything. Like,
a commentator, yeah.
yeah,
So that's the power of brand. And Kevin O'Leary mentioned it a few days ago. He said post pandemic, you're gonna see Web 2.0. And Web 2.0 is going to be centered around brand. The bigger the brand are, the more you can go direct to consumer, and then you can literally pivot into any avenue you want. I mean, you're seeing that with Jake Paul. You just saw it with Snoop Dogg, Nate Robinson. It went complete reversed.
yeah, yeah. They apparently Nate Robinson is just done so.
Uh, I mean, word says he's still sleeping.
Certainly felt bad for that. I just don't understand that thought.
I mean, I felt terrible, but like I was literally laughing at the comments out loud.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the memes were just too funny. And I'm like, oh man, you gotta settle down, Chris. Like it's not funny, you know? I mean, hey, he did his thing. But then it's like you see people and they're just like, ha.
Yeah, everyone was like, "You do not represent the NBA players." Like that's fucked up.
Mad disrespectful, especially when you know his history and you know what he accomplished. He was actually a really good basketball player.
Well, that's why I mean it looked like he potentially could have stood a chance because he still has all his athletic abilities. The man was jumping around the ring
My
like
guy stood no chance.
he didn't. Yeah, well, he looked like he just didn't have a fight. So whatever street fights he thinks he's good at, I just can't imagine who he's fighting.
I mean, he also probably is recollecting 20 years in the past, in which he was 17, which
Yeah.
would be a closer gap than what it was currently.
Yeah,
But
but I would assume a 36-year-old NBA superstar is just as athletic. I mean, he looks shredded
it's
as
com-
someone.
It's completely different though.
It's a different, as in you're saying different muscle memory and sport.
Muscle memory, sport knowledge, what you're
Yeah.
watching for. I mean,
Absolutely.
his vertical did not help him in the ring.
I was saying that before. Like, well, the only way is that help if he jumps up and head punches him. Superman punches him right in the face.
Terrible. But entertaining fight, I suppose. It was a great November for your boy. Only reason why I sat there and ordered that bitch. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have ordered it. But then again, that just goes to show you how much it probably attracted.
Attracted people, you're saying, because you normally wouldn't buy it.
I would not buy that shit. I also bought a Kanye hoodie just because.
That attracted people who love Tyson from back in the day. That attracted people who want to see Nate Robinson kick Jake Paul's ass. I can't imagine. Yeah, that attracted a bunch of people. The performances were cool. They said Lil Wayne was going to be there. I didn't see him.
Yeah, they were headlining. I'm so happy you said that. They were headlining Lil Wayne hard.
I was waiting for that. I was like, I'd rather hear his performance, to be honest.
I didn't hear Wheezy. That maybe because he got hit with some gel shit. I don't know. What minute are we on, my man?
11.
Well, on the 11th minute, I felt like I wanted to talk about a few things prior to coming on air. I mean, I haven't done a Memory Lane Monday in a bit. I may go down Memory Lane Monday. I may not go down Memory Lane Monday.
I may go down the path that feels right. Take it back now, yo.
Yeah, I'm going to take it back. Me and my boy, we haven't gone down Memory Lane Monday in a bit.
It has been quite some time.
And I'm going to take it down. We're going to go down the road of Memory Lane Monday. Memory Lane Monday, that's where we're going.
Taking a stroll.
Oh, look Monday. At you. Man, my man looks like he's just on psychedelics chilling. All right. So I'm going to take this down because I feel like I had such a high this month when it came to selling shit.
Mm-hmm.
That goddamn it, I'm a fucking good ass salesman. So it brought me back to when I worked for Yelp, my man, and how I got fired.
Okay.
Got fired from Yelp. This douchebag didn't like me. And the reason why I want to say this particular story is because I was wearing my Odell Beckham gloves. And it made me realize when you were talking about Odell Beckham getting shit on off air, how I got fired from Odell Beckham smoking a blunt and doing cocaine. So I was cold calling a bunch of businesses trying to sell them advertising for Yelp. Could suck my peach.
They did teach you something, though.
What's that?
They brought you to the next level of selling.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny because I kind of told this story twice today. And I remember telling the person who fired me, the director of the manager who got me fired, telling him straight to his face, I am LeBron James and I will take my talents elsewhere. And then I walked out like Tupac walked out the courtroom and everybody was like, oh. It was awesome. But long story short, I was trying to sell to clients. I only had about 800 dials to call. Now you have a monthly quota, but you only have 800 dials to call. You have to make 60 dials per day. So before you know, at the end of the month, you initially hit every lead prospect almost twice. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's what they set you up for.
That's what they set you up for. So it's incredibly difficult to sell and hit a quota when you only have an X amount of leads. And my way of selling is to make friends with people. So when I call them 2 months down the line, they're cool with me, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Build a friendship, build a relationship.
100%. The manager, though, looked at that as wasting company time. And he saw me talking to a customer for 20 minutes and not be aggressive, decided to listen on my phone call, and he overheard me discussing Odell Beckham using substance abuses because the prospect I was speaking with was a goddamn Giant fan.
So you were talking about current events with them.
Exactly.
Current sporting events.
My manager didn't like that. Mind you, Yelp
sounds like he might just not have liked you.
Yeah, potentially, because I became a threat.
Yeah, because that just doesn't seem warranted for termination.
Well, he then looked more into my phone calls, and,
He dug a
and
little deeper.
he dug a little deeper. And I mean, one of the phone calls he found a call where I had sick days and I had to use one, and I was discussing this to a prospect.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really a mental health day. It was a specific day where I did not want to go into work. So I don't use mental health days, but like in this particular day, I used it. And then on the phone call, I didn't say it was a mental health day. I just said what it was. I had a sick day I had to use.
And did you get in trouble for discussing business, like this business,
Of
with a client?
course. Of
Yeah.
course. So like none of it was good. Long story short, this asshole got me fired. But then I got him fired, Frank G. I got him fired.
Coming right back at you.
Yeah, this motherfucker, he got me fired. But then I'm walking with my boy Chaz, who was no longer my boy because once my Instagram started blowing up, he actually stopped picking up my calls. But he was my boy, my day one from Yelp. I'm walking with him and he said, Chris, if you get fired, you have to bring up what happened 3 months ago. Now, what happened 3 months prior is that he said, what is the most embarrassing moment? And went across the whole team, which was 15 half female, half male. And then when it got to him, he talked about exposing his weenie.
Very, very poor management, like, story.
Yeah. So, one, this was one of the best teams and the best manager to be on. Like, he was the top producing manager. We were dope. And he just had to stick his nose where it didn't belong.
I mean, if he micromanaged you a little bit, but
Yeah.
he
And I
just
mean, and there's much more details to his story. I'm not getting into just for the savoring of the story. But the little bastard tried getting me fired. So now I'm having my exit interview, and I'm like, one of the reasons why he got me fired was using unprofessionalism because I'm talking about this on the phone, talking about this on the phone. And I turned around and I'm like, hey, look, I understand I'm not getting my job back. I don't want my job back because fuck y'all. I didn't sign my severance pay because that sucked ass and I was going to compete with them and make more money, which I did. But I asked the HR lady, I'm like, you're writing me up for unprofessionalism where you and the director don't believe I should be written up. But this guy's talking about, busting out his dick over here. Like, I don't understand. Bro, this HR lady was a pretty lady. She was, probably 25. I don't know.
oh, youngin.
Her ears perked up.
Of
What?
course, it's like our first big case.
Could you tell me more? I'm like, look, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm telling you,
But I am that guy.
But I'm telling you, I mean, I'm getting unjust here, and this guy over here is managing people talking about his dick out. You guys do the investigation. I'm out. Left the room like Tupac.
He left the courtroom.
Yeah. 2 days later, I find out that motherfucker got fired. I was like, ha, ha, ha. I had a job making, well, I didn't even have a job. I used my unemployment to start Legacy. And then 4 months later, found a job where I was making double what I was making.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea where this guy is right now, though, right?
So that is what's funny. He is potentially the only guy I'm scared of on Earth.
Why is that?
Because he had $130,000, $40,000, $50,000 cushy job, feet laid up, chilling, probably banging his coworkers. And I took that right off from him. And
you think there's a vengeance coming?
Oh man, it's on site. If he sees me, it's not even like a, hey, how you doing? You taught me a lesson. It's like, you cost me. Bro, how do you even put down a resume when you got fired for like sexual misconduct? You can't even put that out on your resume. You worked there 5, 6, 7 years. You're fucked.
Well, that's like, what if you get mixed up in a scandal at a job somewhere? Eventually, you could kind of work things out. You could tell that could be like he could play that off somehow. It may take a year, 2 years to get a job, but
I don't know how it works out. It worked out great for me, and I've gotten written up for
multiple things.
Yeah, and each one of them was bullshit. I mean, like when I got written up for being a sexist.
Well, bullshit in the eyes of where like no one, you're not really truly trying to offend anyone, but the rules in an office are so different than when we talk.
So you are correct, but if I was to even discuss what happened at scale, I think they would lean in my favor over here. I mean,
I don't know. According to the training I've taken at work, you certainly wouldn't. Although once we all take the training, me and my team, we say the same, which is terrible to say, but
I mean, look, well, me getting, man, it's like this takes you down another whole story, which is bullshit. But I'm not a sexist. All I'm saying is that if a girl telemarketer calls you, you are more likely to speak to her depending on the topic than a male telemarketer. I don't know. I don't know. But that's exactly how I explained it to my female manager, and she wrote me up, and it was a whole big thing. And I literally said, but I don't know. I don't know.
But I don't know. He leaves it. He leave it in the air. So like but I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't take my word.
Yo, there was 70 new trainees. I pretty much almost broke the Yelp record. I had number 1 stats in 5 of the 6 KPIs registered. And the 6th one, I was not number 1. I was like number 4. And that was talk time. So I'm number 1 in everything. I'm literally a bright star. Like I'm a young LeBron. You know, I walked out leaving like a LeBron.
It burned out though.
I didn't burn out. I'm flexing.
I guess Yelp just wanted to take their business elsewhere.
Bro, on my birthday, Mushy God texted me and said, "Happy birthday, read this article." It was an article all about Yelp's aggressive sexual abuse culture and all this bullshit. And I was like, Yelp, you could suck it.
So they essentially, again, in trouble for things they've accused you of or some bullshit.
Yeah, which, dude, Yelp was the only company I've ever worked for where in the pamphlet, the training manual, they're like, it's okay to date your coworker. You just have to let us know.
That's like everywhere, no?
I don't know. No one even talks about dating a coworker. It's just don't talk about it.
Well, yeah, it's just in case, I guess, something.
Yeah,
that could certainly be an issue on a team, though. I know people at work.
So that's exactly why they of course acknowledge it and transparent it, and it's like a college atmosphere. So you have to, I guess, present that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, you're already putting that shit in the air.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just bad. That's bad news bears, though, it seems. I would not like you on the same team, on the same selling floor. I don't know. That caused problems.
Not to mention the same girl who wrote me up or reported me for being sexist also lost a $25,000 engagement ring that her fiance got her. So I don't want to hear shit. Who's responsible? Who's not? That's
how do you lose that?
That's not for me. Not for me to judge. All I know is that I'm not taking advice from that girl.
Man, I certainly would be pissed.
No, pissed is not the word.
I guess newly broken up.
I don't know. Apparently, the dude was rich. I don't know. She didn't last like another 3 months. She was out of the whole company. So, but you know what? That write-up, the guy told me something, which I actually told you like a month ago. He said, look, you could be the best salesman ever who walked in this door, but perception is reality. So you got to get your shit together. And I was like, damn, that's a lesson right there. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's pretty wise words. Certainly happens in the workforce when you get written up for saying something that you really don't mean and someone else perceives it very negatively.
Yeah, fuck that. What minute are we on now?
24. You certainly would be an interesting boss, though.
I would be a fantastic boss. I was a boss.
You'd be like Michael Scott.
I would not be.
You would say
like
a
Michael
bunch
Scott.
Of inappropriate shit.
Stop it. No, I like to think that I know how to lead. I know how to inspire. I know how to motivate.
He does all that very well. He's just also inappropriate.
That's what she said. Man. Yeah. Fuck you, Yelp.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been fired from one job, and it was like 10 years ago, maybe more than that now.
I've been fired from half the jobs I've had. And what's very interesting, I was telling Ankit this before, is every job I was fired at,
You did better the
after
next time.
I did, but after I left, the culture died or the business itself died. Now, I'm not saying I'm the greatest thing to ever walk the earth in these businesses. I'm just saying it's a strange coincidence every time Chris Marshall leaves a goddamn business, something bad happens.
Well, you are my boy, so I'll just hype you up and say, yeah, I agree with you.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. Carvel, the whole business, everyone who worked there essentially left 2 months after I got fired. Proactive. They replaced me with a vending machine.
Did you leave before? Did you get fired before I left? Before I got fired?
I'm sure I did.
That might have been like a week before.
Proactive. They replaced me with a vending machine.
That just sounds like you did terrible. And they were smarter without you.
Yeah. Power did well without me when I left. This other company, Imperial, I left. Everyone left. This other company called Local Lenders, I left. The thing shut down. Yelp went down. And where I'm at chilling, I'm chilling.
This company most likely would be chilling as well. I mean, not to say that you set a nice atmosphere for your team, because I'm sure you do. But obviously, it's a much bigger business than one team.
Shit, our team's most of the business. But, yo, shout out to the team. I love my team, man. I hope we stay steady rocking for the next, 2 decades. I'll be cool with it.
2 decades? Wow.
I mean, obviously, that's unlikely, right? To have 12 people to be in sync for that long.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's pretty wild to be in sync for 2 years. And, my next stage in life, buying a house and shit, is dependent on literally these people, the culture, and the company. So, wild shit.
If that's a company you plan on staying at, then yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't mind. I love who I work with, and I don't mind the work. So you keep doing it. But ideally, if we could make I'll take 70 grand a week doing this shit. I could sell some T-shirts. I could sell some alcohol.
Well, we're gonna make our own alcohol?
No, we get ad sponsors. You tool.
Yeah, from Ciroc and some Nunes, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. In other news, Frank, I got stood up twice this weekend. I ain't ashamed to say it. I ain't ashamed to say it.
You ain't ashamed to say it. I'm good for you, man. I mean, you shouldn't be. That's because how loss.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
This is the same girl, though. You say, not two different girls.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, my ego would be hurting if it was
two different girls. Two different girls. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't. I almost want to reach out and be like, "Yo, what was it?"
Yeah, you can't do that.
Of course you can't do that. But like when you know you're like the greatest, when you know you're the MVP, what's up?
Well, because at that point, it seems like that's her own damn problems. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm not really judging you, but
I have no idea. I mean,
it is also pretty immature to bail on someone without really giving the real reason. Now, I'm not saying you didn't give the real reason, but you most likely didn't.
She gave a legitimate reason.
She gave a reason.
Well, true. Hey, I've never met anyone from a dating app. You have had experience from this. I have not. So it seems like literally you have to play this like a goddamn sales cycle. I'm good at sales, not good at selling on a dating app.
Well, we've always said we're good at many things. It seems like we haven't found the girl yet.
Yo, yeah. I don't know, man. I just, yeah, that's a tough one. And it's funny because like I woke up this morning like, you know what? It is what it is. You never know what could happen, but I know damn well I saved $400 on a date last night.
Oh yeah. It's always a nice way to look at it, man. Good for you.
Looking at it from a monetizing standpoint?
Glass is always half full, my friend. At least you saved $400.
Well, yeah, but it would have been nice if it was half full of red wine with a nice girl and a cutie right next to you. I mean, but you're right, $400 on that. I don't know. I'm good.
Yeah, who knows, man? These dating apps, you never know what the hell anyone's doing these days.
Yeah, no, I just had to tell the people that I picked myself up like, unlike Nate Robinson.
I was just gonna say. Yeah, man. You get punched, you get back up. I like to see it.
Polarizing. That's the P word I was looking for.
Polarizing. I'm glad you found
Polarizing.
it at the 30th minute of the
Woo.
episode.
Yeah, man, because I'm telling you, man, the last 10 minutes of my stories was polarizing. I couldn't think of it with Jake Paul, but I thought of it with Chris Marshall.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense.
Everything I said has been polarizing, man. And I almost think, I don't know. I almost think my Instagram almost hurts me. I need like a personal Instagram, but I got locked out. But
You're saying as in like your dating life?
for any new girl to go to your Instagram, my Instagram
Yeah.
specifically, they look at this like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, it's so complex that we just don't have enough time. You're not interested in me enough to be interested in this yet.
Because that's the problem that's one of the issues with dating apps. You're just looking at a shell. You don't know anything.
Yeah, that's why I was quick to be like, let's just link up. You seem like you're worth my time to link up.
Maybe next time tell her you don't have an Instagram until you finally meet up.
Yeah, or I could just do my Instagram the way everyone else does, where it just kind of tricks people or showcases their best features. I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to showcase my mentality, which makes me money, finds me no love.
Well, your Instagram ain't to blame for that. It's not like it. That also sounded very fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't mean there was more meaning to it. Don't read too deep into that one, kid. But
no,
I'm saying your Instagram is not causing you any negatives in life.
No, in fact, it only gives me positives unless I'm being judged on it from a female's perspective.
Which you're also just assuming or guessing.
I mean, I've had that. Bro, they immediately try and like check pictures of you. It's like, yo, you go on my Instagram.
I just gave you 6 pictures on a dating app. Why do you gotta go check pictures?
That's what I'm saying. And I was steered away from your Instagram. But like, whatever. I don't get people. Just because my Instagram's full of text, read the goddamn text.
Well, that's because Instagram isn't designed for that.
Yeah, which is why my engagement's a bit low. But you know what? It is what it is.
We figure it out and we keep on moving. We keep on stacking and we keep on living life the way we want.
I love stacking. Stacking, when I get sad, I just open up my bank accounts.
Yeah. It certainly happened to me, kid. On like a down Tuesday or something, you're just like, let me open up this little app real quick. You know what? Life's kind of good.
When you get stood up twice, especially right now, my Robinhood account's at 69. I just look at that. What's up, baby? What's up?
At least you get a 69 somewhere, kid.
That's my boy. I mean, I tell you, it's a fucked up way to live, but I'm living.
Yeah, well, we're just trying to enjoy life. When a nice lady comes in, we treat her right, and then they'll realize who missed out.
And when that lady comes in, and if she's a salesman, I have no problem telling her that it may be slightly more easier for her to cold call than me.
I don't know, man. You just gotta watch it. In the beginning, you gotta watch what you say.
They were like, Chris, we believe it's not the gender that creates the talk time, but rather the skill. Fuck you.
I mean, I wonder if there's a study on that. There probably is.
Well, that's why I have to say, but I don't know. Because if you're a mechanic in Kentucky and a New York girl calls you, I think that person would potentially hold the conversation a half a second more than if I was. Because if I immediately go in there, click.
Well,
now you can say, well, that's where the skill comes in, right? I could be like, hey, you're Kentucky, do you like the Wildcats? Like, and create conversation, X, Y, Z. But initially, just having a softer voice, I believe, gives you that half a second advantage.
What if there's a man with a very soft voice?
My voice is very soft.
Yeah, you were getting a little excited this whole episode. I guess I see where you can manipulate your voice, but
I mean, manipulating, that's a tough word. But tonality is everything. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know, I'd rather you talk to me the other way.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Oh man, it's certainly been a fun episode. Little Drake beard action
Drake
going on.
beard 1, Drake beard 2.
Yeah, nice looking at you too.
Nice looking at what? What'd you just say?
I said it's nice looking at you, Drake too.
Yeah, well, you could see yourself in the fucking Zoom, but yeah, you look at Drake 1, baby.
It does look like I am wearing a Ken shirt though. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean,
This thing is a bit tight. I probably can't put this one back on, at least outside.
I don't know. You talking about my goddamn gloves being tight. At least it's not my fucking torso fucking.
Well, the difference, like, that may not be enjoyable to work out in. This is restricting, but looks kind of good.
I don't know. Should we take a poll up for the ladies? Do you want to take a poll up? Does this look good or not? I had someone reach out to me and they say, yo, it's funny that you record right next to your bed.
You record right next to your bed.
Yeah, but my frame don't see it.
Oh yeah, well,
I'll show my bed. You still don't see it.
Yeah, well, at least my bed's made.
All right, that's enough. I'm heading out. You were disrespectful most of this episode. I forgive you because it's all good.
That's my boy.
I hope the listeners enjoyed. We certainly brought the heat. I'm out. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next time.
Boys and girls.
Peace.